Instant match reaction, Manchester United 4, Istanbul 1. Manchester United now sit top of the group, 3 points clear, as also PSG have knocked off RB Leipzig 1-0. So a lot of positives going around tonight, especially from a Manchester United point of view. Well, I thought in the first half, our performance was excellent. In the second half, it dropped off, subs came on, and we looked really poor and lacked leadership, especially when Bruno came off. But going into today's game, it was vital that we got the 3 points. It was a must-win game, really, considering we have Leipzig and PSG to play now. But it puts us in a really good position against them now, because we can take a bad result against one of them, is what I'm trying to say, really. And if we get a draw out of one of them, that'll be perfect. So we're on aim to get out of the group now, and if it's not first, it'll be second. But it's a real positive winning tonight against Istanbul, and especially that performance. But let's go on to the team, because when the team lineup came out, I was like, is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer making the team? Because Bruno and Van der Beek were playing in the same team, and Cavani was starting, and even Telles as well. So it was an excellent selection from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I really do believe we need to have that team play from now on, really, because that team tonight, especially in that first half, was exceptional. The team was in the game, David De Gea in net, left back Alex Telles, it was Maguire and Lindelof, and obviously Wan-Bissaka right back. Then it was Van der Beek and Fred in the middle. Ahead of him it was Bruno. On the left it was Rashford. Oh no, it was Martial on the left, Rashford on the right, and up front Cavani. So it was a promising team, and I was really excited to see how it would get on, considering there was loads of changes from the Premier League team we'd normally play out. There was no Matic, no McTominay, no Pogba again, which is surprising. Maybe his time is up at Manchester United. We'll have to see, because certainly he doesn't seem happy at the club right now. And he's been speaking a lot about that recently. So, that was a bit of a negative, but, the team going into the game was perfect for me, and it really did perform well when we needed it to tonight. And, hopefully, as I said, this continues, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tonight really did put out a good performance from Manchester United. We'll talk about the first half first. I thought we started off really, really well, as I said. I thought, the movement we were making, the passes we were playing, we were creating chances early on, and the football literally was sensational. It didn't look like Manchester United on the pitch. It looked like Barcelona, something like Real Madrid. Well, not at the moment Real Madrid or Barcelona, really, but it was some Bayern Munich type football on that field, and it was slick, and it was just fantastic to watch, and nothing like what we've seen in the Premier League. And we opened the scoring with a fantastic Bruno Fernandes goal. It was a sensational hit by him, cornered in by Telles. He smashes it on the volley, and it just flies past the goalie. No one's ever stopping that, and he puts us 1-0 up. And then, we're controlling the game, and then a bit later on we get a second. Bruno Fernandes yet again scoring. It was a mistake from the goalie, another cross from Telles, and the goalie fumbled it in his hands, and then Bruno Fernandes was there to tap in, and that's 2-0 to Manchester United. So a perfect start from a Manchester United point of view. And we move on again, and just before the half end, it's a penalty to Manchester United. Rashford goes on, he's just onside, and he does really well, to be honest, to get the penalty, and he takes it as well. Surprisingly, Bruno gave him the ball. He's on a hat-trick. Surely he's going to maybe go for that hat-trick, but no, he gives the ball to Rashford, and Rashford, as calm as anything, stops it home. So a real show of leadership from Bruno Fernandes there, and I've always said I want Bruno captain, because on the pitch he's absolutely sensational. The form he's on right now is insane. So, a lot of positives from today, in my opinion, and a big show of leadership from Bruno Fernandes. And, second half again, it changed really in that second half. We looked really poor. I wanted us to show intent, maybe score 3 or 4 more goals if we could, or even 1 or 2 more, but we didn't do that in the second half. We conceded one. It was a fantastic free kick by Visca. Some say De Gea is at fault for that. In my opinion, I think it's a very good free kick, so I'm not going to give him any slack there, but I did think that De Gea deserved to get a clean sheet tonight, because he did play well, and I think the defence played well, but not in the second half, but in the first half I thought the whole team played well. So it's unfortunate I didn't get a clean sheet, but we got the 3 points, and it just annoys me. Like, in the second half we came out so poorly. We didn't look like we did in the first half. It looked like we were playing at home in the Premier League yet again in that second half, so that was poor to see, and it was disappointing. By the end of the day, we got the 3 points that we needed. Istanbul tonight were very, very very poor. As I said, they've been on poor form in their league as well, so, you know, it was expected, but we finally won a game, convincing at home. It's a real shocker for me, but, you know, a lot of positives tonight, and we needed to win to really take control of the group, so, you know, I'm happy with that. But let's go on to the player ratings. So in net, David De Gea, I'm going to give him a solid 7 today. I thought he was, you know, there when he needed to be. He made some good saves at times, but as I said, it's unfortunate that he didn't get the clean sheet. Right back, Istanbul Basaksehir, you know, an average 5 for me. He didn't look that good. He made a few tackles. One tackle he made in the first half, he got the ball, but it was a foul. But I thought, you know, going forward yet again, a bit poor. Didn't create much going forward, but defensively did his duties very well. So I'm going to give him a 5. And then Lindelof tonight, I'm going to give Lindelof, it's really iffy because the defence tonight didn't have much at them in the first half, but in the second half they had to do a lot. So I'm going to give Lindelof a 7 and Maguire a 6. I think they both deserve that 2 minutes around there, really. They didn't do too much tonight, but for me, Maguire in that second half showed no leadership at all, and he doesn't deserve that captaincy, in my opinion, because you saw when Bruno came off, nothing was clicking. You saw Maguire show no leadership. He was wasting time. You know, it was really poor from a Manchester United point of view, and especially Maguire, because, you know, it's a concerning thing that he's captain, but he's not really showing any leadership. So, you know, that's key for me. But, you know, they get a 6 and 7. Lindelof for the 7. Now I'm going to drop down Maguire to an average 5, really. I didn't think he was much better than Lindelof, much worse than Lindelof, but, you know, you saw what happened in the second half with Maguire. And then left back, Alex Telles, an 8 for me. Sensational yet again. What a player we have in Alex Telles. You know, attacking-wise, defensive-wise, he's got it all. His crosses are absolutely so superb. You know, the deliveries he has from corners. He got basically 2 assists tonight, you could say. You know, if the goalkeeper didn't fumble it, but I'm counting that as an Alex Telles assist. But especially that first corner one as well, to lay it to Bruno Fernandes, to hit it on the volley. You know, we have a very good player in Alex Telles. I'm excited to see how well he does this season, because he does look like a real star. And it's unfortunate for sure, really, had an injury at this time, because he did have a place in the team, but now I think Alex Telles will contain that place. So he gets a solid 8 from me. Brilliant from him tonight. In the middle, Van der Beek. Brilliant from Van der Beek. Absolutely brilliant tonight. He finally starts a game. He plays the majority of it. I think he played all of it. I'm not too sure if he came off, really. I didn't really notice that. But, you know, on the pitch, an absolute gem. I've always said that, you know, he probably is in a Bruno Fernandes role, but he proved tonight that they can play in the same team, and it is key that we do, because with them two in the team, we can create more defensively. Van der Beek, he made a few tackles, like flying tackles. He got back when he needed to. Going forward, he's there. He's an all-round gem, and he breaks up play. He's just a box-to-box player that can do a job for Manchester United, and we haven't had that in a while. You could say Fred's in that position as well, but attacking-wise, Fred does not have that much as Van der Beek does in that position. So, you know, they can definitely play in the same team. They proved that tonight, and how good was it to see Van der Beek play? So then ahead of it, next to him, Fred. I'm going to give Fred, he was alright tonight. I'm going to give him a 5. I did give Van der Beek a 7. I'm going to give Fred a 5. You know, a bit poor from Fred tonight. A lot of passes were inconsistent, but we've seen that from Fred. You know, it's a bit, you get 50-50 with Fred, really. Sometimes they have an absolute banger of a pass, and other times they have a really poor pass. There was a pass in the first half when he smashed it at Demba Ba. I don't know who he was trying to play it to, but it was a handball, luckily. But, you know, if he works on his passing, because that was pretty poor tonight, he could, you know, if there's a better team, they probably will create more chance than Istanbul did with those mistakes. I'm going to give Fred a 5. You know, he probably does deserve a bit more, but just for me, I'm going to give him a 5. And ahead of him, Bruno Fernandes. What can you say about Bruno Fernandes? 9 out of 10 performance from me tonight. The leadership on the pitch, the skill he has, the chances he makes. Oh my God, Bruno is an absolute star. And I bet a lot of rival fans right now are just so angry. And just, you have to appreciate Bruno Fernandes, because we haven't had a player like him in ages, or a signing that has been this good for Manchester United. That first goal, to hit it like that, and it fly past the keeper. You know, the leadership he shows on the pitch to keep on going, to get more goals. We just need to see that more often from Maguire. We never see that. So, you know, solid 9 out of 10 for me for Bruno. Absolutely brilliant yet again. He's on the form of his life right now. Scoring goals, getting assists, an all-round playmaker, really, and an unreal player. And on the left, Martial tonight. He played on the left, which was a bit, you know, A bit weird because normally he plays as a number 9, obviously, but that was Cavani's job tonight. And, you know, first half, Martial was brilliant. You know, on the left, he was showing signs of, you know, your striker role, where he's been a bit better recently. And then he cut in a few times. He was creating a few chances. He was showing skill on that side. But, yeah, I don't know if he's comfortable there. So it would be a bit iffy if he maybe does play there in the future. But we'll have to see because, you know, Cavani has to get game time as well. But, you know, I'm going to give Martial, yeah, a solid 6 tonight. So maybe a 7 out of push. You know, he didn't do much in that second half, which was concerning. He wasn't really in the game. But first half, you know, he made some chances happen. He was creating them, and I'm going to give him a solid 6 tonight, in my opinion. Obviously, on the right, Marcus Rashford, you know, he's been a bit off the game recently, off the pace, you could say, in the Premier League games. Tonight, he came with real intent. He won the penalty for us. He was, in that first half, he had the first, 2 minutes. He was great. He was just wiggling hunt defenders and almost scored as well to get us in ahead. But, you know, I'm going to give Rashford I'm going to give him a 7 tonight. One more than Martial. You know, I did think Rashford added more than Martial tonight, but I don't think Martial, as I said, is in his natural position as a left winger. And then finally, Cavani up front. His work rate, phenomenal tonight. You couldn't ask for any more from Cavani to be put in this type of game. It was unfortunate he didn't get a goal tonight. I thought that would have given him a lot of boost of confidence. But overall, you know, I'm going to give him a solid 7 as well. I thought, as I said, his work rate was brilliant. He nearly scored a goal. Maybe he just needs to be, or have been more confident when hitting the ball, because he had a chance where he could hit on his left, but he tried dragging it on his right. So, you know, that's a bit concerning for me. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a win for Manchester United. We're top of the group now with 3 points clear. It's really good. A lot of positive things today. And finally, we have got that really good convincing win at home. But tell me what you guys think down below. Tell me your thoughts of the game. Tell me what you liked, you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on the team. And I'll be there with a Southampton preview very, very soon.